Carl went down to Itsy Farm today and he brought home a bunch of cauliflower. This is the white cauliflower that he picked, which
that would be this right here.
Yeah, it's pretty close to going to seed. And this is the purple.
Isn't that pretty? Look at that pretty purple. Look at that.
And he's already cut it up for me. Thank heavens.
Now we're going to try and save this because this is way too much for 2 people to eat. So we're going to try and preserve it. And how are we going to preserve it?
I'm going to be blanching it. And I'm going to be chilling it down and then putting it in the freezer.
So we have the boiling water.
Yes, we have boiling water, and I did add a little bit of salt to it. I don't put too many in at one time because they don't blanch as well. So I'll set my timer for 3 minutes, and it's off and running.
Now one thing, before we blanched it, all the purple is nicely colorful and right there in the cauliflower. But once it gets blanched, the purple kind of goes away. Now, when we freeze this, are we going to freeze it directly in the bag? Don't you freeze it on a cookie sheet first?
No, not this.
Oh, okay.
No.
So we're going to blanch it and then seal it in vacuum bags and put it in the freezer.
Right. Drain lots of water off. Alright, so now we're going to dump this in the cold water and get it under there. I know most people use ice, but I just thought I'd try this and see if it got it cool enough. It's pretty cool. It's not icy cold, but it's cool.
So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get all this cauliflower blanched and cooled down like this. And then we'll come back and show you what happens then. Well, I dropped my cell phone camera in the ice. It still seems to be working fine. It was only in there just a second. So now we got ice cubes, or part of an ice bag, and 2 of these frozen thingies.
That's colder.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, that is cold. And that cauliflower is really nice and soft. Wonder what happened if I ate one.
It won't get frozen.
Oh man, that is so good. Here's what she's talking about, having to pick the ice out.
Yeah, they don't drain as quickly, and I'm trying to do this in an efficient manner.
And there's the cauliflower that has been blanched and iced, and it's waiting to be put in vacuum bags and put in the freezer.
So I just double seal it. And I'll write on here, cauliflower. You want to start putting some in?
Oh, just put them in the bag?
Yeah.
Okay, they're labeled cauliflower 1215.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big bag. How much you want me to fill it up? Now, we're cooking enough for 1 meal in each bag. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's good.
That's good?
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right, so we have enough to feed 2 people. Now, you don't want to fill these vacuum bags up too much because they're hard to seal.
Yeah.
And I'm trying my best not to bruise the cauliflower. Now, if you own a food saver or something similar and you've been listening carefully, you've probably noticed that the food saver is making a funny sound. It doesn't sound like it normally does. That's the first sign of trouble. And here's the second sign.
We're getting water. Not draining enough. Can't seal them with water coming out. So they need to sit for a while longer.
Okay, we learned pretty quickly that putting them in the Ziploc bag and the freezer bags, putting them in the vacuum sealer bags while they're wet and damp isn't going to work, because the vacuum sealer sucks all the water out of them and it screws up the vacuum sealer. So what we did is we put all the cauliflower on cookie sheets, stuck it in the refrigerator, and froze it. And now when we put it in the vacuum sealer bags, we won't be sucking the frozen water out of it. Right?
No, you won't be. You gotta leave room for the vacuum sealer to vacuum.
And here we are. We froze the cauliflower on ice trays, and then when we put it in the vacuum sealer, it didn't suck water out because the water was all frozen. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags of cauliflower ready for us to take out and cook when we want it. Nice and fresh, cut today. You can't get any fresher than that.
And then I take it and I put it in the
Ziploc bags, freezer bags.
The
food saver bags. Suck all the air out of it.
Yeah, the vacuum sealer bags.
Vacuum bags. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta figure out which end to open.